Pro.Gnosis, a podcast with J.M. and Armon Ree.
Greetings, everyone and anyone. Welcome to Pro.Gnosis. I'm JM, joined alongside my good friend Armon Ree. And we are pleased to say that we've known each other for years now and have gained many valuable insights together and from one another. Along with that, I'd say a close friendship has grown as well. And you approached me recently to speak out more. You've always pushed it through the years that I've known you for me to do so, but it certainly wasn't time yet. But somehow you've roped me in, and I'm happy to be a part of this. And I couldn't think of anyone else out there, if they were to extend such an invitation, that I'd be so happy to join alongside and do it with. So thank you for that, buddy. And
well, likewise, Jim.
yeah,
I think you have a lot to offer too. So I've been trying to, not trying to convince per se, but planting the seed of you also sharing your own homework notes that you picked up along the way, and whether it would be in a format like this or some other, I think you have valuable insights to share as well. So here we are, man.
Here we are. Thanks for that. Thinking about through the years we've gotten to know one another. It's when you begin something like this, it's kind of going through the entire volume of encyclopedias we've gathered, right? And you ask yourself, what is it? What do you even begin with? Where do you begin with this? And for me, it's an elusive answer. It at times feels impossible to comprehend some of the things we've come to see and recognize within reality. But I feel as though we have to start where we stand, right?
Oh yeah, Patrick. Yes.
that was sort of planned to put in that shameless Patty plug.
Yeah, man. We gotta invite him one day.
Of course.
We have to. I hope he gets reception in the woods.
Yeah, and
he's still in the woods, isn't he?
Oh, we're all in the woods, but he's in the woods, I think.
Yeah.
But he, Patty, if somehow the stars align and you can tune in and follow in any way, we certainly wish you nothing but the very best each and every day, my friend.
I'll be sure to send him the link to this, and I'm sure he'll be touched by that, and will. I mean, he won't say no. He'll participate.
He has no choice.
Yeah.
He's in the cult, right? He's in the Pro.Gnosis cult, whether he knows it or not.
Cult. Yeah. Oh man, no! Don't start with that.
Yeah, I know, right? We have to get that shit out of the way now.
Yeah.
Well, listen.
Yeah. Well,
I was I have been a follower of your contemplations on YouTube since we first met, and what they've done for me has been, I'd say, instrumental in me getting to a point of realization that perhaps if I hadn't found you, wouldn't have happened the way it has. But again, with the volumes of homework and notes that you've gathered through the years, and you've spoken of in other channels, podcasts, through your own videos, what seem to be your motivations for wanting to speak out in a more broad way, perhaps?
Well, I must start by saying that you have also been incredibly supportive and an incredible friend over the years that we've been in touch. And I mean, perhaps only you know the full extent of, for example, the last year I've had, and I also thank you for that. And I'm absolutely certain that, in a manner of speaking, the stars aligned for us to be friends and be supportive to each other. So, with that out of the way, answering your question, I mean, I've been a listener for years and years before I participated or contributed with anything. And for years and years, I would just be the lurker on YouTube channels when YouTube was still a place that you would have this variety of content that you could find of the most controversial of subjects that would just be there available and even promoted by YouTube. The recommendations would just send you there. And I've been not just YouTube but other means as well. But as an example, and I've just been a listener for several years, doing my own observations and living my life and reaching a few realizations until it came to a point where I felt that I had listened so much that I felt that I had something to contribute as well. And so I just didn't know exactly how it could be done. So I just one day sat and wrote a small piece on, on a word processor and recorded it and uploaded. And after that, more and more came to me for um, you know sharing with others, and so it just it just flowed from there. There was no plan, either on the sense of a frequency, like I would do this at a regular basis or once a week or whatever. No, there was no plan at all, neither of the frequency nor of the subjects that I would um, touch upon, because everything was just flowing. And when the videos, when I was active with the contemplation videos, it was really as it was arriving to me. I mean, there was absolutely no plan with that. And that is also something that describes my process, let's say, which is really allowing observation to take you to the place where you need to be, so that you can then be found by the realization. So observation carries you to a place, to a state, if you like, where then realization finds you, because it's continuously trying to find us, I believe.
Okay. So basically, you're saying in the early days, you were a voyeur.
Yeah, well, peeking peeking through the windows of YouTube and other formats. Yeah.
Yeah, same here. Much the same here. And I suppose that's really the only route for us these days in the modern world, right? We are at the mercy of technology, yet we use it for so much. And we determine its use, I suppose, and its value. But if it weren't for these outlets that we have such easy access to, I wouldn't have been able to observe any of this, really. I mean, it sets you on the path, and the path, of course, takes you many directions. But the observation while on the path, to me, has always been one where um, you have to carry, as you become more experienced, of course, the filters, as we always mention, right?
Yeah.
The filters are everything. And what are the filters? That is, to me, the ability to discern the real from the unreal. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that can go in many different directions. But again, if these necessary evils bring people like you and I together, and many others that you've reached out to, and then a very select few that I'm proud to say that I'm close to as well because of these things. So we'll see where this takes us. I'm sure there will be more that we meet along the way that perhaps we can share with, or they can do in return. But
Yeah.
I'd say moving along, again, as I mentioned before, there's so many
Mm-hmm.
different ways we could take this, right? I mean, we can go anywhere from the highest of personal realizations to dogs, to sports,
Oh,
to,
yeah.
to banter, to answering comments, taking calls, all these kind of things. And I think all this will evolve beautifully over time. But for people,
I would like I would like John to interject there, and say that, well, you've just touched upon a key point that is probably very overlooked, which is the subject of dogs and cats as well. But
Sure.
and the importance that dogs had in our pets as sort of mirrors to the observations and realizations we were having. And what is your, let's start there. What is your view on the importance of observing the, let's say, animal companions that we choose to have in our lives? What has, for example, Tessie and Abby now, what was the importance of them in this process that you were just describing?
Well, within this construct, it's you can use anything to observe meaning, and that meaning is personal to you. We're in a position now where there's this push, and has been for a while now, of collective meaning. It starts from the very beginning of all of this. But in terms of personal meaning, for some reason, in my time here, dogs have been the one single thing, no matter what form or color or breed they come in, have been the most important thing to me, in the sense that I feel my connection to them the most. And
Yeah.
I've been lucky since I was a boy, basically, of having them as an ever present within my time. And I had unique and fun relationships with all of them. But I discovered at an early age that there was just a different type of love and connection to them, one that I didn't have for people. And at the time growing up, especially, but then even as I've grown into an adult, the various relationships I've had, friendships and otherwise, you grow a bond, but there's a different type of bond with pups for me. And I've actually spent the better part of my journey to where we are today, with a great pup by my side, and basically has been an anchor for me, if you will, in times that dip into a bit of darkness, or whatever you want to call it. That connection and that love has gotten me through, and I'm proud to say that I have a wonderful buddy now named Abby, as you mentioned. But getting back to the question, what it means to me is simply, when you have recognition of something that you truly care for, in this example, the pups, of course, you have the unique opportunity, because of that focused attention, to see aspects of yourself as you grow along that path or within that relationship.
Pro.Gnosis, a podcast with J.M. and Armon Ree.